Well, I have fibromyalgia. I was diagnosed with fibromyalgia over 10 years ago when I was in Hawaii, actually. And it's something that I've suffered from most of my life since I was very young. Didn't know and didn't get diagnosed until I was in Hawaii. Went through a series of medications, shots, hormones, narcotics, you name it, and I went the gamut. In Hawaii, most of my treatments were injections. They were giving me combinations of different medications. Some of them, the majority of them at first were steroids, and then they went in and injected kind of some numbing agents and things in there. And I had migraines really, really bad when I was there. So I got a lot of the shots in the back of my neck, up in the back of my head, and so it was just horrendous. And the shots would leave me down for about 3 days. I couldn't get up. I couldn't function. I was just a wreck.
Do you know what that was?
So what the medication was? No, I don't. All of them really had just a adverse effect on me, and the doctor said it was to be expected because of the amount of medication that they were giving me at the time, because I was still working at that time, and I needed it to function. I needed it to move, to get up. It was just, it was really, really awful. I got it under control with that type of treatment, and when we came to California, we moved to California because of my father's health, and that was a totally different story. With the weather changes and the climate changes, in Hawaii it's always sunny and always kind of warm and nice up there, as when you have here compared to the fog and the cold. And I had forgotten. I'd been away from it for 6 years. So when I came back, I went into a total flare-up in my fibromyalgia. And I was down for about 3 months. I couldn't move. It was awful. Started seeing the doctor and everything at that time, and I had to be put on disability, which is really hard for me because I worked as a parent community network facilitator for at-risk children in Hawaii for the educational system. So it was very difficult when they said that I need to take some time off and kind of get things under control. You know, when I came after all that, the doctors, all they wanted to do was give me narcotics. That was their answer for everything. I mean,
are you using these drugs today?
The narcotics?
Or are you now taking medical marijuana?
Yes, yes.
And has this replaced all of the regimen?
Yes, I don't take any narcotics at all. And with narcotics, I was non-functionable. I couldn't, I lost a good 6 months of my time with my kids, everything, because that's what they kept telling me. This is going to help you. This is going to, you're going to feel better. Just let your body get used to it. And I did. I gave it 6 months, and it was terrible. It was, it was awful. I said, if I have to live like this for the rest of my life, this is ridiculous, and this is supposed to be helping me.
It always seems to be like with drugs like this, who needs the disease?
Exactly, exactly. So
marijuana doesn't have these side effects?
No, my goodness, no, not at all. And for me, it's wonderful because when I medicate, I can actually get up and do what I need to do. Mm-hmm. For me, it's actually the opposite. You hear so many rumors, people get stoned or whatever and they can't function, or for me, medication is what allows me to be able to get up and do what I have to do. It's what helps me drive on the days that I drive and do what I have to do. Whereas the other medication, I couldn't function with it.
Well, of course not.
Yeah.
It's draconian. That's wonderful.
Yeah.
So it controls the fibromyalgia?
Yes. It
Have you had flare-ups?
I've had some flare-ups, but they're more manageable now.
What is the flare-up? Can you talk about that?
A flare-up is when your muscles, it's like if your muscles are tight, say from working out, they get all pumped up and tight. Well, with fibromyalgia, they're not able to decompress. So they kind of stay in that tight mode all the time. So they hurt, because they don't decompress, so they're just painful tension all the time. So that, and you get, of course, other things with it. The migraines I suffered a lot from. I mean, it's terrible. When they, I was talking to these neurologists, all these top-end doctors, and they're telling me, well, this is what's going to make you function. They gave me a prescription for morphine, for a morphine machine at home. I'm 38 years old. I'm thinking, this is crazy. If I wanted to be a junkie, okay, but, this is just ridiculous. So I thank God I got away from that. So, and for me, medical marijuana was something I was always opposed to because of my children. I have 2 children. One is going to be 21 and one is 18. And throughout their school time, I just felt really guilty. It was this, I couldn't tell them one thing and do another thing, even though it was medication for me. It was something that I knew helped me. Once I came to terms with the fact that this is what helps me, this is what I really need to be able to really live with my family and be able to function and interact and everything with them.
And like a clear choice.
Yeah. So I sat down and they were like, right on, Mom, it's about time, because they like Mom. They know when Mom's medicated and when she's not. If they come home and Mom's laying on the couch and can't move and, just an ugly day, I know the difference. For me, I know that it can make a difference. It really can. My father, as I said, he suffered for so long. He was really ill. He had kidney failure and he was blind and some other things. And we had talked about marijuana, and my father's old school Mexican, doesn't even mention it, and we had talked about it before he passed on. If I could have had him medicate with me, I think he would have just had a little bit of peace there for a minute without so much pain. And
of course.
Yeah.
Try to
so
get my mom, she's 80. Try to get her to try
well,
marijuana.
see, and
Yeah,
and now I think about it. Now that my papa's not here, and I think about it, and I'm like, why didn't I just try it? It would have given him a sense of peace for a few minutes that he hadn't had in many years. So.
Oh yeah.
So I'm a believer. I really am. It's changed my life. It really has. It's changed my life.
Thank you.